Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I do what I do for you. I'm back in the book. I got a nice little lesson for you today. It's going to be a twofer. We're going to learn about Bennu and the goddess Nu. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in a story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. We got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right Thinker's mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. All right thinkers, your goal is to know thyself. I give you everything you need to make that happen. That's what I do for you. Tune in and get to know you. I ask the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Excuse me. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and always to my yacht be true. Let's talk about God Bennu, the bird. Y'all know him as um, the Phoenix, okay, the one that rises out of their own ashes. We got that covered too. And we're going to talk about one of my favorite goddess, Nu. So let's start right quick with the God Bennu. See the picture right there? That's Bennu the bird. That's Bennu in God form. And as you go at the bottom down there, you see Ampu embalming Asar. And you see who's looking on? Bennu. And this is your Ba. You see the ba is a bird body with that should be your head. That means you're conscious of yourself. The ba is a bird without a head. If you become conscious, that head becomes on the ba conceptually. That's why you see the ba, the bird with your head. That's the concept. Let's talk about it. It's gonna be a good lesson. I hope you get to enjoy it. I just showed you the Bennu as a bird and as God form. Excuse me. Then I just showed you Ampu, who places the mummy in the tomb. And while he's doing it, Bennu and your Ba looks on. That means in the next realm, okay, after death. The Bennu lives in the hut Benbet, or the house of the obelisk. The house encloses the Ben stone, or the primordial point, but it was located in the city of Anu. Anu means the first time, the first place. The Bennu represents the deathless aspect of human existence that experiences what? Death and destruction of the physical body aspect of the personality. And then what? It lives on again, or to reincarnate, or it takes its rightful place on the divine throne. You see the judgment scene? You see Ani walking through, his hair is black. When he go to take the test, his heart passes. He passes on with Haru has him. His hair is now white. He crossed over to the next round. Okay, and therefore, watch this. Therefore, he in a special heka, which is words of power, a chant of the Per M Haru, it is said that he came and said, I go in as the hawk and come out as the Bennu. In essence, resurrected, and Ra is what? The hawk who goes into gear, Now, Geb is the earth. I just gave a lesson about that. When the body goes into Geb, if it passes the test, Geb will let you go up. If not, the unrighteous stays here. So they said the body to earth, spirit to heaven. And when it goes into Geb, it's born through who? Nu, as the Benu, and the Benu as that what? The resurrection aspect of Asar. Again, that was him going in the tomb. So the phoenix dies and what? Rise out of his own ashes. That's what the Benu does also. Here's the picture of it. You see, everybody got their lotus flower. They plant the lotus plant. You see that everywhere, okay? Wonder why. That's another lesson. All right, let's talk about my girl here. You see her, this the only time you're going to see her in that form. Usually you see it, she's decorated with stars and she's bending over, representing heaven over top of Geb. The story goes, her and Geb was like this. Shu separated them. She's up here, he's down here. She represents heaven, the galaxy, up in the heavens. Geb represents the earth that we walk on. That's the concept. Let's learn about Nut right quick. This is a good lesson. Nut is the mother goddess, and she lifts up what? All righteous aspirants into where? Heaven. We had a concept way before the Christians come along. Watch this. And to take their place on what? Her body as a what? Shining spirit, aka one of the stars. Okay? That's why she's decked out with stars. The Basics call it the starry decked heavens. That's Nut. Body full of stars. Okay. One version of the creation story, this good, tells how what? Ra transverses. You see the picture of Ra in a boat going over a lady. That's this right here. She represents the heaven and earth. You see Ra is on the outside of her. Okay? Notice that. So he transverses through the universe outside of Nut. And watch this. Over Nut's back in his boat with the sun disk. And every evening, what happened? She consumes him, and every morning, what? She gives birth to him as the morning sun, the newborn son. S-U-N, not the S-O-N. But Nut is represented as the heavens, and specifically what? The sky region between what? Eastern horizon, meaning from the east to the west, mountains, and the western horizon. The sun starts in the east, rises, goes all the way there, closes in the west. And the sun in the east is called Baku, and the western horizon and the western mountain called Manu. And her symbols are what? The water jug, the vase, and you got the cup over there, and then the sign for peace. Okay, a container of the sky. She often depicted as a woman bent forward over the earth, or as a cow with her body studded with stars. As I just showed you the picture. Okay, now they say as a cow. We drink cow's milk. You know that when the Hebrews, Moses' people got out in the wilderness, they made a what? Golden calf, the cow. And goddess Nut in the tomb of Seti represents, Seti 1 represents, she is sometimes presented wearing the horns. I just showed you the sun disk. That's the outfit she wears sometimes also. Okay? And sun disk headdress, just as Haru and Aset, they all wore the crown, cow's horns, and the sun disk between the head. Haru had it, Aset had it, and she also had it. And they also wore what they call the vulture crown headdress as Mut. Nut legs and arms are what? The pillars that hold up the sky, which is what? Her body. Nut's legs and arms also mark the 4 cardinal points of the compass: north, south, east, and west. She stretched out, she covered the world. Okay, that's what they're telling you, concept. And Ra sails in his boat over her back during the day. And when he reaches her head area in the west, sun setting, she eats him, and he sails through her body at night. And in the morning, she gives birth to him again. And what? He rises as Kepri in the morning boat below. That's another sign. Trying to keep you abreast of what they look like. So I'm trying to take you through this. That's him in the boat in the morning. See the scarab head beetle? See the lotus plant in front of him? Okay. And watch this. She sometimes, down there. Okay, now the conception of Goddess Nut is that she has two aspects. They all have something else that they do. The day sky and also the night sky. And let me show you a picture right quick. For all you people who say the earth is flat, see that sign right here? How it go? She's going over the earth, going in the bottom, coming around again. If it was flat, she couldn't do that. You see up here, the day sky, she's going across. At night, she's doing the same thing. So, okay, not that way. Just so that you know, everybody got, what is this, is that? Yeah. But we can see right there. Moving on, watch this. Now, the concept of Goddess Nut is that she has two aspects, the day sky and the night sky. Now, the day sky, you don't see the stars, right? At night, they come out. If her image is a sky goddess is reversed and juxtaposed against that given in the scripture, we'll see that Nut faces facing each other over two sides of the earth. 12 hours, two sides of the earth. You got day side and then you got the night side, each lasting roughly 12 hours. Hence the commission creation of what? The 24-hour day. When he said, let there be light, before he did that, it was total darkness. Before time and space. Time and space started once the sun got up in the sky. Now, darkness got to share with the sun. They get equal billing. That's the constant fight that starts the beginning. It's still going on to this day. And they try to show it to you in pictorial form, what you call hieroglyphs. Okay, the Medjugorje. We tell them the story. Okay, that's the concept. This is what they learned. This is what they taught, and this is how they live, by a philosophy, not a belief system. Let's go, wrapping it up. So the image above can be viewed demographically, and when the movements of the boat of Ra, the position of the goddess, and the realms of planes of existence are mapped out. The teachings related to Nut and the other divinities become a little clearer. Starting to get the concept? I hope you are. So the birth of the morning means what? Is actually the death of night. Okay? Just as a person dreams personality, when you're dreaming, when you sleep, once you wake up, whatever you dream disappears, goes away. It dissolves in order to give way to your consciousness. The subconscious was taken over. When you wake up and become conscious, the subconscious takes the back seat. Okay, that's the concept. And so daylight, night takes the back seat. And when daylight goes in the underworld, night steps back in and takes over conceptually. And likewise, you have the daytime personality, it gives away at night. Now, when a human being dies, when the physical body no longer can sustain itself, it dies, and it's merely an expression of what? You ready? If you think that this is it, this should change your mind. The expression dying is merely an expression of what? Being born into another plane. We call it the afterlife. But the concept was you have to do things while you're here to guarantee you a place in the afterlife. Everybody ain't going there. Watch this. So when you you born into another plane. For sleep is a form, I've been telling you, of death that human beings experience every night. Every time you lay down and take the body into rest state and the astral plane takes over, the subconscious takes over, that's where you're going to be when the body stops going. So understand it. And if you're having a good dream, some of us have the fortune to having a wet dream, that tells you that the mind controls the body. So if the mind is sharp, the mind is particularly on point, the body will follow. Good health means good thought process again. And death, the death at the end of physical life is imminent. But it's simply the same process, but without waking up in the morning. When the mind go into that mode of sleep, subconscious, because the body's at rest, When the body stop resting, the mind still gonna go in the same mode. And after that, it's gonna be what? Judged by who? You. Moving on, another concept. But watch this. So Nut is also the goddess of what they call the sycamore tree, the tree of life. This is what the sycamore tree looks like. And it's a lady in there, and it's a guy outside who she's taking care of. The concept is Nut with the lady of the sycamore. Watch this. And what happened? Nut is the goddess of the sycamore tree, aka tree of life, from which she provides what? Food and drink to who? The righteous aspirants. Unrighteous, you don't get that. Nut is thus the what? The protector of the dead. She protects the aspirants from what? Their enemies, and provides the subtle food for existence in the which is heavenly realm. That's the next level up from the physical. We call it heaven because it's the astral plane level. And what? She also allows what? Soul to have movement in the pet realm, meaning you're free to exercise and move around. The body is here. We don't need the body no more. When it dies, we move up. Unless you fail the test of judgment, you getting reincarnated. You ain't going that way, you going that way. So that's the concept. So she was often depicted as what? The coffin lid with what? Open arms. You got a picture of it right here. Before they laid the coffin, they were going to Nut. That was the concept of going to Nut. Okay? Everything they did, they conceptualized it, and then they manifested to let you know this is what it should be. Watch this. Now, she was often picked as the coffin lid, open arms, ready to what? Embrace who? The worthy, the righteous aspirant's what? Body, and receive the aspirant's soul to lift it up to where? To heaven, so that it might what? Become one of the Akus, enlightened beings. Luminous beings, enlightened souls who what? Live in the sky as what? Stars. This was their concept. See the illustration of what? Interior of what? A typical ancient Egyptian coffin. That's what I just showed you the picture of. And you see in there, you got the body of a star, you got a set over top of it, you got the sun disk up top, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on, and everything was symbolic. Okay, it shows what? Spiritual text in the Per Im Haru, the coffin text, and what? The female figure inside as it's receiving the embracing the body of you, the aspirant, the physical body after death. And this is goddess Nut. Thus, Nut is the coffin itself. In the pyramid text, it is stated that Nut lifts up who? The righteous aspirants who have been allowed to transcend past judgment day, the earth realm of Geb. She is the door that is open to who? Aspirants, so that they may depart from the earthly plane. That is the same door that is closed when who? When the bolt of Geb obstructs the movement of who? The unrighteous. That door is not going to be open for you if you're not righteous. Geb going to pull you back. Gave that lesson. That's the power that he have also. Nut is what? The blackness of night, and thus her children are also what? Dark in complexion. Asar is referred to as, you ready? The Lord of the perfect black. And it is said that when Aset was born, Nut exclaimed, "Look at this black child of love." I ain't going there right now. I'm going to say that for later. I'm wrapping it up. Again, appreciate you tuning in. This is going to be over in a few minutes. Stay with me. I'm almost done. So Nut is the same divinity which manifesting in what? All the major forms of the goddess, including, you ready? Aset, Netet, Taret, Het Hadu, and Waret is the hippopotamus goddess. You didn't see her yet, but I get to her tomorrow. I got her line for you too. Het Hadu and Mu. So she encompasses all the gods. Why? She's the mother of them all. That's why. Nut, most importantly, represents the subtle principles of physical expansiveness, infinity. These are the principles to be mastered. Again, by who? You, the right thinker, your spiritual aspirant. Nut is the power behind the effectiveness of what? Heka, which is words of power, of the Per Im Haru, wherein you, the aspirant, states desires to live in the duat. This occurs under the dispensation of Goddess Nut for what? She provides sustenance for those who live there. She will take care of you if you make it to that level by what? Living right, doing right, and being right. Take it from Mr. Right. That's how you do it. It's a guarantee. If you do what you got to do, it'll get you, let you have your way in the afterlife. But you got to live right in this one. That's the name of the game. Practice what I teach, and you'll be fine. Knowing thyself is the goal. And that's the lesson. And right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. And me, 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinker like you passed away. I'm going to get scooped up by new. Are you?